We are Destroy, she said, and you're watching
The Hard Rock Show!
Hi, welcome to the Hard Rock Show. I'm Shane,
I'm Andrew.
and we've got a fair bunch of stuff to get through again tonight.
We keep getting busier, so it's all good.
It's true.
Yeah.
Later on in the show, we've got an interview with Destroy, she said,
Yes.
as well as a look at their latest EP.
Our feature artist for the week this week.
Yes. Also a look at their film clip for the first single off the EP.
Yep.
But
Latest one. And also a little chat about their first EP.
Yeah.
Just briefly, but yeah.
Definitely.
So.
But for now, straight into the hard rock happenings.
Yes, as always.
Yep. So we got some news stories to talk about.
Yeah. Now it was hard to find some this week, but we found some that were worth digging up. So enjoy.
Yeah, not a lot going on in the world of rock this week, to be honest. But first up, I guess, is Gene Simmons, after 18 years of being with Shannon Tweed, has finally gotten married.
Now it's interesting to note that there was a fair bit of fuss before this event came about through interviews with, I don't know if it was Larry King or not anymore, or someone. There was some interview where she stormed off and he was begging to take her back in the end and stuff. But he swore he'd never get married. He swore it. And
for anybody that's seen his television show, The Family Jewels, he swears on a week-to-week basis that he's never getting married, and it's finally happened. So I guess that's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
The other thing that's
shows
worth mentioning,
possible,
the other thing that's worth mentioning as part of this story is that Gene Simmons, the marketing machine that he is already selling Gene Simmons wedding merchandise. So
if you're a big Kiss or Gene Simmons fan, well, I guess for sure you want to get on it. But
if you're about to tie the knot, then I guess Gene Simmons got something for you.
Yeah, that's just insane. My God, I've never heard of anyone selling merchandise to do with their wedding before. This is a first.
I might give it a try.
Yeah, good luck with that. I don't know how many takers there'll be for your one, but anyway.
We'll see.
We'll see. How many years away yet? See what happens between now and then. Oh, you're struck dumb for silence for once, eh?
No.
No?
No.
No?
Just waiting for you to move on and get to the next story.
Well, I guess I'll do just that. Meatloaf. Now, this is a debacle. Okay, for our international audience who don't know about Aussie rules, we just had our grand final. And Meatloaf was, instead of having halftime entertainment like the Super Bowl does, we have pre-game entertainment. Last year it was Lionel Richie. Gee, the AFL know how to pick him. And this year it was Meatloaf. Now, theoretically, this one was a bit more down the combative sport sort of idea, I guess, a bit more rock as opposed to Lionel Richie. We won't talk about that one anymore. But Meatloaf was paid $600,000, I've been told, to perform, and he was shit. I'm not going to make any bones about that.
I think that the Meatloaf is a little bit overdone.
That's such a bad pun.
I know, but I was waiting to bring that one out.
No, you've had that sitting back there for a while, I can tell.
Have, yes. I think there comes a time in a man's career where he needs to wind down and just get out of the spotlight. He shouldn't have been there. He did a horrible job. He was well and truly overpaid. And basically my theory on it is that there is plenty of Australian talent around that they could have showcased at their one of the biggest events that Australia, or Victoria at least, has.
You get 100,000 people easy into the MCG. For those who don't know it, it's one of Australia's premier sporting arenas, and you get 100,000 people easy. I think Michael Jackson, did he play there?
No, I don't think so.
No, but
you two have played there a couple of times.
So there are some bands that get out and play this thing and sell it out. And I don't know. I agree with you completely that we need to have the Australian acts there, not be bringing in more or less washed up has-beens for exorbitant fees.
And I will say, I do love Meatloaf. I am a fan of Meatloaf. Yeah. I just don't think that he should be singing live anymore. From the sounds of it, he can probably keep releasing albums if he chooses to do so. But as far as singing live goes, give it up.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good, and it's not a good way to start to wind down your career either. So we'll move on, I guess.
Now you might remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about how AC/DC have brought out their own line of wines, or their own range of wines, if you will.
Yep.
Now,
This one's unexpected.
Lemmy, the
God himself.
from Motorhead, obviously.
Yep.
If anybody's been living under a rock, and I shouldn't have to point out that he's from Motorhead, but
If you're watching this show and you don't know who Lemmy is, well, I guess that's possible actually, but I don't want to think about that. Continue.
he's brought out his own range of wines, and
Yeah.
I'm not too sure of the particular details, whether there's reds and whites or whether it's one or the other.
I haven't found a whole lot of details myself about it, but
But
he's warned connoisseurs out there to be prepared for anything. So this is Lemmy; he'll do what he wants. So we'll see what comes out of it.
see what happens.
Yeah,
I know I'll get some bottles and add them to my collection.
assuming they actually make it this far, but sure,
This is
it's
true.
Yeah, but it's worth looking for anyway. So
Yeah.
we'll be doing that. Guess we'll move on to our last story for this week. Now, Dave Mustaine is slotted in for neck surgery, which he picked up on a recent tour and injury. So much so was this injury hampering him that there was a lot of rumours going around before the final Big Four show that he wasn't going to make it on and play. And even Eddie Trunk was tweeting about it, the metal information man himself. But he went ahead, got through it, but now he's slotted in for neck surgery. Don't know when, but he's played through the pain and now he's got to go and get it fixed up. So, in advance, best wishes.
Hope it all turns out well,
Yeah.
particularly since they've got a new album about to drop, and he'll have to be going out on tour again.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's why I've sort of slotted it in for about now. Couldn't be too serious, I'd imagine, but still, neck surgery. It's not exactly a simple thing, not a day thing.
Not at all.
No.
On to some new releases now.
Yes.
First one that I want to throw out there is it's an interesting one. It may or may not be hard rock show worthy,
Yep.
but if anyone remembers the band Bush,
We were both fans of them in the day, yeah.
yeah, they had a few hits back in the day with Swallowed,
Glycerine.
Everything's Zen. They've just reformed, reunited, and they've just dropped a new album, which is called
That's 3 arms in a row. Come on, you've only got
Jesus
2.
Christ, where's the fucking album name?
I don't know.
It's right there in front of me.
Oh, well done.
The Sea of Memories.
Should use the board a bit more than your notes on the
Oh,
floor, I guess.
I know that. I know the name of that album. It just completely evaded me.
Oh, well done.
But it is a good album. It's a lot like their old stuff, to be honest.
But I reckon sound-wise, it's a little more rock than grunge in sound.
Well, I don't think they were ever grunge.
Not completely, no.
A lot of people lump them into that, but
Yeah.
I don't think they were ever post grunge or whatever you want to call it. They were never ever a Nirvana clone, as far as I'm concerned.
It's just got a little more polished sound, especially on the vocals.
Yeah.
It just sounds a little bit cleaner.
In saying that we were both Bush fans earlier on, I can't speak for you as well, but I was really only a fan of the first 2 albums.
Yeah, I'm the same.
The later output was a bit crap to me, but
Yeah.
this one I'm into. It's good.
A good listen, yeah.
It's really good. The highlight is definitely the single, The Sound of Winter.
Yep.
But then another one that's really, really, really got me interested is a song called I Believe You. I Believe in You. It's a really, really cool track.
Okay.
So definitely check those ones out.
Yep.
Next is Wayne Static, the frontman from Static X.
Now, I haven't heard this album personally.
It's a very, very cool album. It's not at all what I was expecting it to be.
Because we were both talking about it beforehand. We thought it would be probably very similar to the Static X sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
some of the stuff sounds like it could be straight off a Static X album, but then there's a couple of surprising moments on there that I just didn't expect to hear on this album at all.
Cool, I was hoping for that.
It's called Pig Hammer,
Yep.
which is just a pretty cool name. Not exactly sure what Pig Hammer's supposed to mean, but it's cool.
Don't want to visualise that too much, but anyway.
Something that a butcher uses, I imagine.
Probably.
The title track, which is the first track on the CD, called Pig Hammer, is probably one of the best. And then there's another one called Shifter, which I'm really into at the moment.
Yep.
And another one called Slave. So they're my 3 highlights off that album.
Okay, cool.
But it's definitely worth checking out. It's a very short album too. I think it only runs for about 35 minutes. Or
Wow,
something
that
like
is short these days.
Yeah, it's real to the point. But it's got
wrong
all
with
the industrial sort of
Yep.
Static X kind of moments on it. But no, it's very, very different.
cool. I have to make sure I get a chance to listen to that one myself.
Now, you got a couple you want to throw out?
Yep, there's Sebastian Bach, Kicking and Screaming. Now, we both heard this one, and I know you're a huge fan of Sebastian Bach.
That's the reason why I passed it on to you, because I don't want to sit here and just dribble shit to these people.
Yeah,
I want to...
He will go on and on and on for as long as you let him about Sebastian Bach. So let's just say that the album Kicking and Screaming is kick-ass. It's good. Not the heaviest of works, but not the softest of works either. Don't go thinking this is a soft album. It's not. It's good, solid, hard rock, and I'm a big fan of it. I reckon it's really cool. 2 tracks only, mate. I'm going to pick 2 for me, and that is Dirty Power and Dance on Your Grave.
Well, if I could pick... Yeah, fuck it, I'm going to throw in my 2 cents.
Yeah.
I love the title track, Kicking and Screaming, and I also love Tunnel Vision, which actually features John 5 on guitar as well.
Nice.
If I can just throw in one thing...
Yeah, go on. You're always going to anyway.
I want to say that this one doesn't punch you in the face like Angel Down does. No. Angel Down, straight away, just kicked my ass and I just let it because I wanted it to. It was fantastic.
Yep.
This one, it wasn't a case of getting used to it or letting it grow on me.
Yep.
I loved it right from the start, but it isn't as much of a metal album as Angel Down was. It's more of a straight up rock album.
That's why I said hard rock, not metal. So.
Which is what we love from Sebastian Bach anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait for him to tour out here, to be honest.
And the guy can still sing too, so don't put any doubts about that out of your head. Just he can still kick ass. It's still a good sounding one.
Yep.
And the other one we have for this week is the Chickenfoot second album called 3. Again, makes no sense. If you can figure it out, you're doing better than us.
Just to mess around with people's brains, I think.
And this is really just another good, solid hard rock album. There's nothing too extreme and nothing too laid back either. It's got a pretty good pace which goes through the duration, and I reckon it's a very good standout album. There's a few moments in there where the bass lines and the drums sort of kick off and you start to really get a similar sort of vibe to some Van Halen stuff. But overall, it is a good standalone, new direction, very good stuff, I reckon.
I actually think it's a lot better than their first album.
Yep.
I liked the first album. I think this one is a step in the right direction.
They seem to have found themselves.
Yeah,
on this
they do. You got to remember, on the first album, they were 4 guys that had never worked together, with the exception of Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've really found their groove together, and it'll be interesting to see if Chad Smith's actually on the next album, because he's gone back to the Chili Peppers, and someone else has now stepped in on drums to tour the new Chickenfoot album. But I think this album's great. It's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, no, a couple of my favourite tracks on there. Up Next, that's one of them, and the other one is Bigfoot. They've both got some really cool driving beats to them, so I like those ones.
I think Bigfoot's one of the singles at the moment too, so check it out.
Yep.
Okay, that's enough for releases and news.
Yep.
Now let's have a look at the interview we did with Destroy She Said, who are a Melbourne band, and we'll talk more about them in a minute.
Enjoy.
Tell us how Destroy She Said came together.
Well, I don't know. I bought a guitar, started writing some songs about 3 years ago, and went, this has to be a band. And, started sort of working those songs up with a sort of evolving 3-piece, and then Dave rang out of the blue and said I just bought a Les Paul and get back into rock, and I went, cool, I need a guitar player. Let's play leads. Someone come in shred, and had a Fang. Same time, Greg heard an early demo and went, cool, I'm into it. And then everyone said that heard the demo said, you got to listen to Simon McCulloch. I said, well, I know Simon anyway, I haven't seen him for a while, but probably about 10 years. And then I tracked him down and played him the stuff, and he went, I'm in. And then we had another bass player called Seki, and then he had to do other stuff, and Scampers came in and went, let's go.
Where does your main songwriting inspiration come from?
Youngie's brain. Nutbag.
Sorry. I just sort of have things that pop into my head, and I just come up with stuff. Then I take it to these guys, and they just go, and we all just do our bit, and these guys come in with their bits, and a monster is born.
You got a very energetic live show. Can you tell us a little bit about your live shows and explain what would make people want to come out and see you guys live?
Best thing about our band is that, and people, I think I was telling you guys before that it's just real. There's no bullshit. Like, we're fucking doing it. We love it, and people sort of see that and they go, "This is cool." You know, they like it. That's, you know, I reckon it's the energy because it's so real. There's no bullshit. There's no fucking. There's no tambourine in the band. You know, it's just tough.
What bands would you guys ideally love to end up sharing the stage with?
In my camp, it's like Wacken or die. That's like you know, we want to get over to Europe and play at Germany.
Okay, now that the EP Music for Muscle Cars has been released, what's next for Destroy She Said?
We're obviously here at Hot House today in St Kilda, and we're still recording. We've already released Music for Muscle Cars, what's about to be released, and it's the first 4 songs that we've done here. But we're still doing more, and there's debate rages whether it'll be another EP or an album. So expect more product because you know we love getting it out there.
All right, we're back. That was our interview with Destroy She Said that we did at Hot House Studios in St Kilda.
Thank you very much to the guys in the studio and the band for having us down there with them that day. It was a lot of fun and we enjoyed it thoroughly. And it's a really good studio. So bands out there that want a place to record, check that place out.
Definitely. Now we'll chat a little bit about Destroy She Said, I guess.
Yes. They are the feature artist after all.
They are.
So.
We have a couple of CDs from these guys at the moment.
Yes.
Earlier in the year, they brought out their self-titled debut EP and gave us a really good taste of what they're all about.
A really good kick in the guts. It's a good, solid debut. It's really nice.
Definitely. It's only got 5 songs on there, but it really,
it's an EP, so.
really hooks you in, especially with tracks like Hookers Don't Kiss,
Yes.
Four to the Floor, and She Fanged It.
Exactly. Yep.
But I guess what we really want to talk about is their latest EP.
Yes.
Which is Music for Muscle Cars. It's out now, so definitely get in contact with the band and find out how you can buy it. I'm pretty sure you can get it on iTunes
as well. Yep.
Now the boys will be launching this EP on the 15th of October at the front bar of the Espy in St Kilda.
Get down there, support these guys. It's going to be a kick-ass night.
Absolutely.
Yep.
They're being supported by 2 more great bands from Melbourne in Mammoth and China Vagina.
So it's going to be a great rockin' night.
Absolutely. They're probably 3 of the loudest local bands that you can possibly find in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And all 3 of them put on a great show.
Yes.
Particularly Destroy She Said.
Very good.
Full of energy on stage.
Yes. We've seen them before and they did not fail to impress at all.
And we have it on good authority that they'll be playing some new tracks that aren't on either of these EPs as well.
Which is even better. Yep.
But, of course, they'll be playing most of the stuff from the first one and I imagine all of the stuff from this one.
You'd imagine, so.
We've got tracks on here, Driving Machine, Fanta Pants, which is just a classic track about redheads.
Yep.
Squirter. And Game Over, which is the single.
Yes, it is.
So why don't we have a little look at Game Over now, the video clip for it.
Yep, enjoy, folks.
The sign that said black soul. You thought you'd compromise, but had to take it all. Your time is coming like the crimson tide of Rome. I'll make you wish that you were never born at all. It's game over. Yes, it is. Sweet jealousy became your king. You had to feed, consume the brighter souls. You wrote it, did deceive. I'll make you see that you are rising to the call, and make you wish that you were never born at all. It's game over. It's game over for you. It's game over. Game over for you. Your time is coming like the crimson tide of Rome. I'll make you wish that you were never born at all. It's game over. It's game over for you. It's game over. Game over for you. It's game over. It's game over for you. It's game over. Game over for you. It's game over. It's game over for you. It's game over. Game over. You're going down. You're going down.
All right. I hope you enjoyed Game Over by
Yes.
Destroy She Said. That's the film clip for the song.
Latest single, I believe, from these
Yes,
guys.
latest single.
Yep.
Now, as you might have just heard in that song, they're a real throwback to the glory days of the Aussie pub rock sound.
Yep.
There's a real down and dirty, nasty vibe with this band, and I love it.
And I reckon they take all those old influences and turn it with just a little bit more meanness in it too. I
Yeah,
reckon
I
that's
think-
really cool.
I think that Simon, the singer, has a real
Yeah.
Bon Scott vibe going on.
Yeah.
And then I think that they've combined that with a Rose Tattoo meets the
Yeah,
Angels sort
yeah,
of thing, and
yeah.
they just cranked it up a notch and ran with it. And they've added just some filthy, filthy lyrics to the equation.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just one to watch out for, definitely.
And the energy that we've seen live, it comes across on these CDs, especially vocally. It's amazing. They got a really good sound, really, really solid riffs, and just driving. There's nothing overly complicated about the whole damn thing. It's just good, solid, in-your-face, hard rock with just that right amount of meanness, and I just love that.
You've got that pounding rhythm section.
Yeah,
You've got that just rhythm guitar just chugging away.
yeah.
You got some,
And the bass and the
really-
drums underneath really fill that out too.
The bass is phenomenal in
Yep.
in this band as well.
Yep.
It's got a real fat, meaty sound.
Yep.
And there's also the leads from Dave. There's some sick leads going on in there.
very
And then,
good.
of course, the vocals that I mentioned before from Simon's unreal.
He's a hell of a singer, that guy. So.
He is.
Yeah.
You might have seen him at the start of the show singing the name of the Hard Rock Show for you guys. That's him.
Yes.
He's definitely got some strong vocal cords on him.
And he just does it like that, drop of a hat. So yeah, he's something else, that guy.
But it's good to know that these guys, like I said, that there's 2 EPs that they've released in 1 year, and they're already back in the studio working on either another EP or a full-length album.
These guys are workhorses. They gig pretty regularly too, so that it's not as though they've got a lot of downtime, and they've all got their day jobs and all that sort of stuff. And these guys are solid. They're really driving through all this sort of stuff. So give these boys some credit because they're working their asses off.
Yep. Now, got a favourite song off the latest EP?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Squirter.
Yeah.
I tend to stay away from the singles and that a little bit, and so yeah, I'm going to go with Squirter. Although Game Over is very close to that, but I'm going to go with that one.
Well, my favourite is Driving Machine.
Yep.
I love the... if you listen to the lyrics, it's got the double meaning going on.
Yep.
If you just listen to it, it's probably just going to come across as someone singing about fast cars. But if you really listen closely, you work out what the song's actually about. And
there is some intelligence to these songs. They're mean and they're dirty and they're slutty and all that sort of stuff, but there is an intelligence to it.
Yeah, they're
that
constructed
has to be
really well.
respected. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just people ranting and raving, whatever else have you. There's a definite point, a definite story being told in every single song going on, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song Driving Machine that's my favourite off there is actually kind of loosely the sequel to She Fanged It from the first EP. So
right.
it's good that there's a carrying theme between it as well. I wonder if there'll be a third installment
we'll
on
have to wait with
the
bated
next
breath.
release.
They're in the studio doing it.
Yeah.
So, well, the next release they're planning. So that's going to be... Well, we're waiting with bated breath. We love these guys, and every time we listen to just one of these EPs, we're left gasping for more kind of thing. That's the kind of effect that these EPs will have, especially the second one, Music for Muscle Cars. We love it, and you put the 4 tracks on, you're going, damn, I want some more, and I want it now. So you put the 2 together, and you get a really good playlist going, but still, even after that, you want more. So that's a really good point, so take that for what it's worth. We both want more from these guys.
Absolutely. And it's the kind of music that works really, really well. And I know we've said this before, possibly in the exact same way that I'm about to say it.
Yep.
It's the kind of music that works really well in any situation, whether you're angry, whether you just want to rock out, whether you're driving. It just works for anything. So it's definitely...
And it will not fail to fire you up because this it's simple, but it's so damn good for its simplicity, I reckon. It's beautiful. I love it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Can't get enough of it. So I urge all of you, get out there and get onto this new one. Get it off of iTunes or contact the band. Get a hold of this second EP.
Actually, for the lucky person that becomes the 1,000th liker on our Facebook page...
If it hasn't gone off by the time this is released.
They will get a copy of this EP.
Yeah.
So get your friends to click like.
Post, and share this stuff around.
Definitely.
So, see if you can get one of your friends to get some of this and hear exactly what we're talking about for yourselves.
Yep. But definitely grab a copy of the EP either at the gigs or off iTunes.
Yep.
Come out to the gig on the 15th of October at the Espy in St Kilda.
Very important, big deal. So get down there, support these guys, show your love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's about it for the Hard Rock Show. So
for this week, yes.
Next week we'll have a feature segment on the Dirty Americans.
Yeah, we're going to go overseas again now.
Yep. We've concentrated on Australian bands for the last few weeks.
We covered Adelaide really well.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
But just to mix it up a bit, next week we're having an American band. So until next week, drink up.
Rock on.
Are you ready? Just busy squirting Jack down my throat right now. I wonder how that comes out.
That's why I'm doing it.